Auctioneers watching this, don't shoot the messenger, right? Because this has happened to me before. I'm just reporting. You are the busiest man in the world of vintage and antiques I know. This is very true. Wait till you hear this. How many shows a month, buying shows, are you now doing?
So we're now up to about 200 shows every month. So in January, I think we've got 210 roadshows booked. I know that we obviously met 6 months ago at our 1,000th roadshow in Beverley, and at that point we were doing about 100 a month. So we basically doubled the roadshow numbers in the last 6 months.
How and why?
How and why? I mean, the why is that there's real, genuine demand for it. So we have people messaging us all the time or emailing us saying, please, can you bring your roadshow to this location? And the reason people want to do it is because it's a quick, same-day solution to a problem. So the problem is people have this stuff sat in their house and they don't know what to do with it.
You can see it all pouring in.
Exactly. The room's full of stuff.
It's crazy in a good way.
And the only solutions people have at the minute are posting it to a company, which can make them a bit nervous sometimes. Not all the time, but understandably some people are nervous about it, or sending it through to auction where they might be waiting a month, 2 months, 3 months to get paid.
Sure, if it sells.
If it sells, whereas our solution is coming to their community, they bring their items into us, and they get a solution same day. We take the product away from them, their house is emptied, their pockets are a bit deeper, everyone's happy.
And then when you sell, you have to do the waiting then. You're selling in auction, you're selling to dealers, and you're selling online. So you fund that big waiting period effectively, don't you?
Exactly that. So we're very transparent with how the model works. We don't want to hide anything. There's no smokes and mirrors.
No.
So, I mean, we often give auction values to people when they come in, but we have to caveat it with, we're now taking the risk, and there is a margin attached to that risk. We're offering you the money today, and there is a margin attached to that. Now, our prices are very fair considering kind of what problem we're solving for people. I mean, they're very transparent, but it is all about kind of offering a earlier solution for people, a quicker solution for people.
It's true.
And to be honest, everyone still leaves absolutely delighted.
Well, and that's genuine. I've seen it today many times, and everybody's very, very happy.
I'll give you a stat, actually.
Go on.
So since our last roadshow that we did together in Beverley, we've kind of moved all of our receipts onto an online database so we can see the offer as they happen and the accept rate as it happens. Our accept rate on the first offer is 94%.
That's
so
incredible.
94% of people are leaving happy with the money that they've got.
Right.
They've been informed about what they could have got if they went to auction.
Oh. Toilets?
Through that way,
It's all the free tea and mulled wine, madam, isn't it?
So we're as transparent as we possibly can be about it, and people understand that. People are fair. They understand that this is traditional commerce. It's buying, it's selling, it's adding value.
Well, that's right. It's very traditional, and you seem to appear in the same places very often as well.
So the business relies on going back to areas. So it relies on being fair to people in the first place and managing good relationships with the community. So we'll often go back to places 7 or 8 times a year.
Right.
Obviously, there's a load of new places we've done in the last 6 months, which we'll be going back to. But it's the whole business model relies on coming back to places rather, because you'd run out of places otherwise.
No, of course. Now, Andrew, you're a stats and figures man. I know that. So I'm going to ask you a question. I'm not sure whether you're going to answer it. But here we go, because I think this is interesting. How much money a month are you spending?
So we're spending now about 1.5 million.
Wow, I didn't think you were going to answer that question. That's great. That's incredible. Like I said, what a business.
There's no reason for us to hide anything. We're offering a genuine service. I'm happy to talk about the numbers behind that service. The values of the business is integrity and authenticity. And if I try and hide behind numbers, I'm not practicing what I preach.
Okay, very good of you. Thank you for that. I think that's fascinating. What's going to happen next year in 2026?
So next year, what we've realised is whilst the roadshows are great in small towns and bigger towns and bigger villages, there's a lot of rural properties across the UK. There's a lot of places in Scotland and Wales and Cornwall and so on where it's quite hard to justify the expense of putting on a big roadshow event there. So instead, what we want to do is build a solution where we're going out to the customer's home. So it's an on-demand home visit service.
Right.
And really, what I want is when someone lands on webuyvintage.co.uk, they can find a solution to sell their items within the same week and have the problem solved, them the goods taken away and money in their pocket that very same week. So really, my aim for the next 12 months is to build that nationwide home visit service where people can get an appraisal within a week or come to a nearby roadshow within a week and get money for the items they want to sell.
And that would be the same principle. One of your valuers would go to the house and literally pay them there and then, because you do it online or you do it with cash.
Yeah.
So they'll get a payment there and then.
So payment there and then.
Right.
Help if someone needs it to uncover the items in the house.
Yeah.
You know, people with mobility issues, roadshows aren't great for those people in particular, and sometimes just need a little bit of help to lift things and get the boxes out and so on. Okay. And to make sure that everyone's safe and secure in that environment, the buyers are DBS checks. We know as they're coming and leaving, you know who they are before they arrive, you know their background and their profile and what their expertise is. So it's just trying to make everyone feel as safe and secure as possible and deliver a really quick solution that's easy for them.
Well, I think you're solving a lot of problems there, but I think you're going to create some problems in the world with auctioneers. Yeah. Because to me, I don't know what you're thinking here, this seems like you're gunning for that trade.
I mean, it's a tricky. I suppose you could say we are, but it's not an intentional thing, because really what's happened is we've spotted a gap in the industry and we're just looking to fill it as quickly as possible. You know, auction houses have been around for decades, or
well, literally. I mean, 2,000 years ago, there were written reports I've actually read from Romans complaining about the cost of items in auction. So it's one of the world's most traditional businesses. But what you're doing is cracking open that business. Yeah. Do auctioneers know about this yet?
They do. I mean, we've had a couple of auctioneers on podcasts talking quite directly about us. Let's say. Yes. Whenever I'm like doing job interviews and things, it's someone from an auction house. First thing they say is, "God, you're being heard in the industry."
Oh yes.
Which is a compliment. You know, I take that as a compliment. We're being seen. People are seeing what we're doing. Look, in my view, there's enough to go around for everyone. A lot of auction business is B2B anyway nowadays.
So business to business.
Yes, business to business. And really, what we're doing with the amount of roadshows we're doing, advertising we're doing, is we're setting up the industry as well. We're making people aware that these services existed. Sure. Whereas I think auction houses, a lot of the times they sort of fail to get the name out there or to feel accessible to the public. They still feel, to me anyway, a little bit stuffy, a little bit scary, a little bit intimidating. Okay. And the mass market doesn't really like putting things into auction. No. It's just not made for your everyday person. No,
and you have a national brand, of course. There isn't such a thing as an auction house with a national brand, unless you think about the big London rooms who wouldn't ever consider visiting, you know, an elderly lady in the Highlands of Scotland. They just wouldn't do it. So you're covering all bases, from general houseware to real high-end jewellery. I've seen some very, gold Rolexes coming through the door and people leaving with cash. I've seen it with my own eyes. So you're covering all bases.
And it's not even about taking business away from the auction rooms as such, because the reality is a lot of business we'll put in, we'll sell into auction with zero fees, and that makes our margin competitive with what the customer would have got after their fees.
So the auction room may well get the goods, it's just going to get it through you.
Exactly.
And you're gonna take the risk and finance that waiting period, which as we know, can be a very long time.
Yeah, and the auction houses that work with us and haven't kind of balked at the idea of what we're doing, we're very close. We send a lot of products through to them, a lot of general stock through to them. Obviously, you're paying no fees because of the volume, which, member of the public, might be 20-25% fees, and that's our margin, basically. You know, that's the risk we're taking is the equivalent to the auction fee. It's just we're delivering a same-day service to people.
Right, amazing. Now, auctioneers watching this, don't shoot the messenger, right? Because this has happened to me before. I'm just reporting, but Andrew, you're a star. Well done. I wish you, David, all the very best of luck for next year.
I really appreciate you coming.
Thank you.